Yo,
What
what
is
is up?
going on?
What's going on, peeps?
Hello, chat. Hello,
Oh,
Ray.
hello, Sednar. Hello, Vet.
Bet is in the chat, but he's not here with us.
No, he's not.
Bet is running late, by the way. Happy birthday, Vet.
Happy birthday, Vet.
Birthday boy.
I actually played Siege with him today, and he was actually pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's been streaming a big chunk of the day, man.
Yeah,
I've seen him
hey,
streaming
man.
on YouTube and on Trovo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got Meg in the chat and Maker Chaos. What's going on?
Yes, have fun chat earlier, right? Yeah.
They go in there. So,
oh, I know what Maker Chaos is talking about. Yes,
is that not a mod on the channel? What? That isn't a mod. Hold on. I'll just switch. I'll make him a mod. You wait.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll run the risk.
I had to leave with him. Look what Mr. Urban World, man, always going in the chats and starting stuff.
And thank you, Meg, for noticing that. I'll upgrade you as well as a moderator. Meg is now a moderator on our channel. So what's up, Ray?
Man, hey, just enjoying these games and having fun. Got a lot of games. I'm excited because as the summer gets closer and closer, shout out to John Scar. He showed some video of Far Cry 6, and I can't wait to play that game. So, but yeah, that's about that. Just games, relaxing.
There's a game popping everywhere. It's crazy.
There it is. Yeah.
Like, you find a game, you're like, okay, I'm gonna play this game till the end. It's an amazing game, and then the other half of the day comes, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
There's another game.
There's another game. I even there's what Legends of the Keepers, which is like a kind of like a retro RPG style game. That was I was playing the hell out of that. It was actually really fun. That was really fun. So yeah. Please don't ban me.
Bring my ban hammer. What's up, Meg? And there's Mr. Urban World in the chat.
Yeah.
Ray is excited for Xbox. What do you mean Ray is excited for? Ray's excited for what?
No, my God, DrSpaceman, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do what?
He did it, folks. He did it.
What? Turncoat?
He did it. You're going to be seeing Xbox logos around the borders in a minute.
I didn't prepare the art yet. Yeah, I actually did a pre-order on the Halo Infinite Edition of the Xbox Series X. So those went out really fast. But in Canada, apparently we had a longer window than in the United States.
You guys always get some extra stuff, man.
Yeah, we're not getting extra stuff. It's just people are slower here. Like, we're in Canada, we relax. So while in the United States, the window was apparently just a few seconds, in Canada, we had 42 whole minutes to pre-order this at Best Buy. So 42 minutes. That's a long time to order an Xbox Series X.
When's that coming out?
November.
Wow. 15th. You know how these months are just going by? You know, August just went like that.
Yeah, that's right. We're in September.
Yeah.
September.
You know, it sucks, man. This is when we're supposed to be getting all the fires, but we got the fires early. My wife was supposed to go to Tahoe with her girlfriends, and it's just the ski resort, man. The ski resorts is on fire. Please.
Mr. Urban World doesn't want to get banned. Meg, apparently you're in charge, so
don't mess around. Meg don't play. LOL. Earth, Wind, and Fire is a classic. Hey, what's wrong with Ark? I think Ark is great. great frames per second, and just an awesome game.
Yeah, the frame per second are so great you can see them, every one of them.
You're so messed up.
Did I go there?
Yeah, you went there, man. You went there.
Yeah, so we're Cloud Station TV. We talk about PlayStation news and also cloud gaming news
Yeah.
because it's a whole big thing. Some news dropped today on Stadia, including a game,
A
Shadow
stealth
Drop.
drop. It was a
Stealth.
stealth drop. So we got
Stealth
like
drop, not as
five.
in a surprise, but
We
as
got
in we're
five
going to try to
wonderful
stealthing.
pro games, folks. 5 wonderful pro games, and we finally got Ark.
Yeah, it's, let's just say that in my opinion, it's a mess.
Did you play it? I actually played it. I played it, and and I heard like a fart sound, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Do you know you poop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I found some berries because I was hungry, so I was eating all these berries, and then I walked, and you heard a, and you turn around, there's a turd on the beach, and it says you did that, and you can actually collect your turd and use it to
Wow.
grow. That's awesome. Have some turd flowers or something. I don't know.
And we got Paul,
Paul,
Mr. Baron plays in the chat.
hey
What's up, Paul?
Paul.
So yeah, there's that news, and there's another news that piqued my curiosity. Like, I voiced my opinion about it. Some people don't agree with it. Stadia brought back the $10 gift to the pro subscribers. Now, that's something that happened last year. And it's like you had a certain period to claim it, and after that, it was gone. Now they're bringing it back, but it's the same offer as in if you claimed it last year, you still claimed it this year. It's not a brand new offer they're bringing. They're bringing back the same voucher that if you used it last year, you're not allowed to use it this year, which I find personally pretty cheap and pretty weird. As in,
Excuse me, but you need all the money you can to be a billion-dollar company, okay? You need all those cents and you need all those dollars.
so something I compared it to because like not everyone agreed with me. It's like if, for example, either PlayStation Now or Xbox Game Pass brought a game to the service when it came out. Like, everyone's excited about it, but it's only for a period of like 3 to 6 months. Then they have to take the game down. Then eventually, because the game gets a bit cheaper and they make new negotiations, they bring back the game to that service. But if you actually played the game the first time, you already got your turn. You're not allowed to play that game anymore. That's how I see it. I don't know if you see it the same way. That's how I personally see it. So, yeah, it's a bit strange. Totally agree. Epic Games and PS have given out vouchers during sales, but they don't say if you claimed it last time, you can get it again. Yeah, and PlayStation gives vouchers all the time. Once I received a email from PlayStation, like the PlayStation News of the Week. Like, I'm pretty sure like a bunch of people in the chat receives those. Eventually, I was looking at the news and I saw one colored box right between two games announcement. Just a test. If you're reading this, you're entitled to a $10 PlayStation voucher with a code. I was like, what? So just to see if people are actually reading the newsletter, they actually put a $10 code hidden in that newsletter, and that's from a few
Really?
years ago. So I looked at that code like, what the heck? Copied it, went in my PlayStation account, claimed it, $10 on my account. It was either 10 or 20, some in those amounts. I was like, what? That's amazing. So
I get
yeah.
I get a lot of stuff from Epic. I get a lot of stuff from Epic.
So it happens all the time. Yeah, I also got some other vouchers from PlayStation for buying games. It happens. So why do an offer from last year, say it was the last day you can claim it, then it's gone, bring it back, and keep the status of if you already used it last year, you still used it this year. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like what kind of strategy that is. Like I said, Microsoft and Sony do this all the time when they hand out random credits to people, but not everyone. It happens, but they'll give the same credit twice to the same people at times. It's totally random, but it's not exactly the same thing. It's like there are certain criterias normally to get those, depending on your region,
Mhm.
the amount of purchases you do on the either PlayStation Network or the Xbox store. And if you meet those criterias, they're like, those are good customers. We're handing out credits. Not everyone's getting it. And they don't reveal what was needed to get those. So, yeah, it is my opinion. I understand not everyone shares the same opinion about this.
It's to gain new pro subs. That's it at the end of the day. Paul.
Yeah, to get new people into the ecosystem. But for like founders that have been there since the beginning, like who's paid $10
Rodella.
the oh that
Google
might actually
always shoots themselves in the foot. LOL.
I have to agree with that. Since the beginning, like this is something I want to bring back. Stadia has been great for a long time. It's Google that's pulling him back. So anyway, so let's get past this
Stop
subject.
beating up on Stadia, man.
Oh, Stadia came out, was amazing, and
It's
it
still
still runs
amazing.
well. It still runs well, but they're not getting the updates they were supposed to. So anyway, I want to move past this subject because it's
Art,
not a popular opinion for
art.
everyone. So, other than this, what games have you been playing this week, Ray?
Dude, I am loving Psychonauts 2. I played that on xCloud. People were asking me the specifications on my computer, and I'm like, dude, I'm playing in the clouds. It's a wonderful game. I was kind of like at the beginning of the game, I was like, okay, this is getting kind of weird, but then you really start getting into it. It's very challenging. It runs smooth. It looks great. Psychonauts is my game of the year. Um, I, I won't. I'm not gonna put it as game of the year because
It's a
my game.
contender.
I got like Far Cry 6. I think is gonna be my game of the year. I think that's gonna be my game of the year. But we'll see.
The thing, okay, I also started playing it. I've been playing on PC because xCloud is not good enough here yet in my region. So I booted it up on my PC. I streamed it on Sunday. On Sunday, I finished the first there's the introduction, then it goes on to the first big mission. I've just finished that first big mission, and I'm totally amazed. I love this game.
Dude, you
It's
like just his powers, man, is awesome.
when you get to discover those, it's just amazing how it flows. Like you're basically what's the name of that movie? Inception. It's
Yeah,
totally Inception, the video game.
yeah.
It's between Psychonaut 2 and It Takes Two for me. Those are the two titles that a lot of
Ooh,
people have been mentioning.
ooh. It's
I've
you.
listened to some podcasts, and
You
it's
know
the
what?
two names that came.
A category. If it's in a certain, you broke it down in a certain category, like platform, what would be your favorite platform game? You know, and
Rodella says Forza Horizon 5. I actually
um,
played the fourth one. It's really good. I'm really
looks
curious
good.
to
I'm
play
not
the
gonna.
fifth one.
It looks amazing.
Clairvoyance is amazing. That's the one you get into the people's eye and you see the environment around, including
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah, the rat.
You can
You
ride.
got the rat to go grab the key. I like the You know what was challenging for me was I had to hover. I had to. I think it's like left trigger. You tap A, hold left trigger. I kept falling and falling. It took me a while to figure it out.
Definitely won't be game of the year. Racing game of the year, but that's about it. Oh, for Forza.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, racing game of the year. Yeah,
The
I
thing
agree.
is, game of the year, there's so many elements they're looking at. They want it to be as broad as possible, as to reach as large a public as possible. And they're trying to see if there's gameplay elements that are new, that are fresh, if the technical element of the game, like how it's brought up, how
Village.
looking, uh,
I can see.
Village.
I can see them. I wouldn't say it's game of the year, but I can see when you go broad. I could, because of the tall lady's big old boobies. I think she'd get in because of her big old boobies and her claws.
Yeah, that you might have something there. But I think most game of the year they try to go something that's not too mature, even though it happens like wasn't it The Last of Us 2 that game won game of the year last year?
Yeah, what did I do to my camera?
I don't
Okay,
know,
there we
right?
go. All right, shut up. Be quiet.
But even though something can't go mature, they try to go with something like it'll be available to the biggest public possible. So they'll avoid mature games. They'll go with things that really have a big impact, both in storytelling, gameplay, and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
So
you might be right, Paul.
And I love Forza. Got Iron Sun Speller. What's going on? Nice to see you. Good
Nice to
evening,
see you.
everyone. And Jeff will give it Death Stranding director's cut. That could happen,
That could.
even though it's an older game.
What's going on, Chariot?
Ooh, we got Man Gaming in the chat. What's up? Good to see you, man. So Ori Will of the Wisp was my game of the year last year, but Ghost was probably a close second for me.
Do you know what was my game of the year? Valhalla. That was my game of the year last year.
Valhalla
I was gonna
is
say
great.
I was gonna say Cyberpunk, and then you know what happened.
Fraternal wins game of the year. You know it's rigged. That game is garbage.
Ouch!
I haven't played it personally. So much
I'm
streaming
not getting
going on out here. You guys know I will show love. Thank you, Chariot. Really
Thanks,
nice seeing
Chariot.
you. So one of the thing is, I don't think it happens often that a game part of a series actually wins game of the year, except if it's really groundbreaking. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, while it is an excellent game, it's still a follow-up to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and the formula is still very similar. It's not groundbreaking compared to Valhalla, so I think that's why it wasn't as considered for game of the year as other game. Hades was also up there for me. Hades, I think,
Too
was
tough.
nominated.
It was nominated.
I
And
played
it's too
it.
tough.
I
Too
loved
tough.
it. It's hard, but you get better as you play. I played it. Actually, Maker of Chaos was in the chat. I streamed it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Made it past like Tartarus, the first level, and it was really hard. But like, as every time you try, your character gets better, and you also get better. So, no, it's lots of stuff going on with that. So yeah, like I said earlier, for me, I've also played Psychonauts 2 on Sunday, and I do plan on continuing this game. Really amazing game. It's a lot of people are asking like which one is better, either that or Ratchet and Clank. They're both extremely similar and extremely different games.
They're different. You can't do that. I don't think you can do that. I don't think that's fair.
I'm trying to put it in words. Like graphically, in my opinion, Ratchet and Clank, which
I agree.
much more advanced. But also there's the art style, because Psychonauts 2 looks gorgeous in how it's design, how it looks. It's got its own art style, and there are levels like it really pops out how they present it. Like you see the decision they've made, they actually make it look really good. So they're pretty tight in terms of how good the graphics look, but Ratchet and Clank pushed it a bit further. Like the ray tracing in it is just amazing.
Right.
There's technically a bunch of elements that are just so impressive in this game. As for the story, I haven't finished Psychonauts 2. Like I said, I only did the first big mission. As for Ratchet and Clank, like I've got the platinum for this game.
Exactly. You know what? Rodella hit that right on the button. He hit that.
Ratchet is Pixar, Psychonauts is Tim Burton. Yeah, that's the best way to describe
That's
it.
the best way to describe it.
Absolutely. So, does Pixar look better than the Tim Burton animation movies? Yes and no.
Ooh.
It depends on the movies, but like movies that come out of the same year, technically you could have the same amount of details. Pixar movies will pop out more because it has the way it's designed, it's made to show more. While Tim Burton is the artistic work behind it, it works with less to show more. It's
But
really
what
hard to
game
describe.
has replay value?
Gets wackier and crazier later on in Psychonauts 2. Ratchet and Clank has some amazing level of details.
I agree.
Though. Yep, I do agree with that. Ratchet and Clank is like a Marvel movie, and Psychonauts is closer to Tim Burton. Yeah, exactly. Like a Marvel movie?
I know what he's talking with all the flash and all the sparkles and everything, and go into the worlds and flying around in the air.
So all in all, like the platforming elements, the fights, the abilities that you get, there are some similarities, but the art style is so totally different. It's very hard to compare them. So saying one has better graphics than the other or is more well designed, it's really hard to pinpoint it because there's so much difference on how it's designed.
Look at the hair. Look at the hair on the characters. You know, the detail on the characters and the skin, the weapons. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I have to give it to the Sony. Got to give it to Sony.
Mm. It's more flash, it's more bang, it's more pop. So I'd put it on equal ground, but Sony's Ratchet and Clank looked better, more impressive. But they're both looking.
I'm enjoying Psychonauts 2. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Fast-paced, pretty simplistic story. Where Psychonauts 2 it's slower and has a lot of depth with more character depth, not even side characters. It's a very well thought of game. Made by Tim Schafer over at Double Fine. Love that game creator. And he was one of the members of he was working before the first games I ever played from him was when he was at LucasArts. Back when he did the Monkey Island games and the Indiana Jones on the Scum engine. Really loved those games. Comparing Ratchet and Psychonauts is like comparing Toy Story and Nightmare Before Christmas. Both of them amazing, no clear winner. Exactly.
You know what? I like that.
Good wording.
Yeah.
So, yep. We just solved the big debate on the internet. Which one is better? Both? None? Too similar? Too different? So
what if you took the original games, like original Psychonauts versus an original Ratchet and Clank game?
Like you mean the first ones on the PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
I think Psychonauts looked a tiny bit better than Ratchet and Clank on the PS2. But it's still very close.
Right. I just think Sony really focused on the PS5 of this game. Like, we're gonna throw all our what this hardware, we're gonna push our hardware with this game to show you the power and show you some of the things that the PlayStation 5 can do. And I think they did.
And Psychonauts 2 did what I wanted with Ratchet and Clank. I want to learn more about the alternate timeline characters and what happened with them, and never got that. It's Ratchet and Clank. It's the way to write a story. It's more simplistic.
Right.
So it's hard to ask for a very full Ratchet and Clank with good storytelling, because that would break the mold. Both are very different style and both are great. So yeah, any Ratchet and Clank game you start, it showed as if you're playing a kid's cartoon on Saturday morning. Like, it's flashy and you got the characters that are goofy and it's pushing you around the action, around a bit of a story, but it's Saturday morning cartoon is the best description I can give about Ratchet and Clank, how it's laid out, how the storytelling happens. By the way, I don't know if we mentioned Vet isn't here right now. We talked about it earlier, but I don't think we were live.
It's his birthday.
It's Vet's birthday. Yeah, I think we mentioned it earlier, but happy birthday, Vet.
Happy birthday, Vet.
He should show up eventually. Don't forget to hydrate, everyone.
Yeah.
So, yep. Psychonauts 2 is one of the games I've played. Other than that, I've been looking at the
Have you played The Ascent? Have you played The Ascent?
I want to. It's on my... I've played a tiny bit of it. I got a character I started just to see how the gameplay works.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to sit down and
really... I think a lot of people, because I told somebody to play it, and I think they got turned off in the beginning, because it's a top... First of all, it's a top down, so that usually a lot of people ugh. But man, once you start really playing it and getting deeper and deeper into the game, it's amazing. And it does kind of change around from a top down to a side scroll to different views. Yeah,
it sounds very good minus the bugs, lol. And they've been doing a lot of fixes on it.
I haven't had any bugs. I haven't
really fun.
Yeah, I haven't really got into any bugs.
I was shocked that The Ascent was made by only 11 devs. And have you seen, there's a video out there, someone modded The Ascent, took the PC version and did a mod, changed the perspective to first person.
Nice.
And that's all he did. He didn't add details to the game. He just changed to first person perspective, and it was going around. And the amount of details in the world in that game, it rivals Cyberpunk.
Dude, let me tell you, I told when you start going into bars and you go into the shops, amazing detail. Yeah, it does have a lot of potential. I'm level 34. Ooh, damn. I think I'm 13, level 13, level 14.
I'll see if I can find a video.
Dude, if you get that video, that'd be awesome to see that. It's another game I gotta get back into and play. Oh my god, dude, I played Madden on PC. Oh god, I can see why people are pissed off.
Level 28 just beat the game the other day. Pocket neck for the win. So nice. Madden on PC doesn't look good?
Bruh. Oh my god, look at that.
So that's The Ascent in first person view. Look at the amount of details.
Damn.
That's the same game that's top down. It's the same amount of details as when you're playing like that.
Wow.
But you switch
wow.
So that's the game normally, but you switch to first person. It's not the same video as I watched the other day. I'm just trying to see if I can find stuff on the computers and like you can find like books that are laying out eventually, and there's actual like writing on the books that you're able to read. And once you max out your guns all the way and play it on hard mode, it gets really fun.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's a highly detailed game that they've put in a upside down view. A lot
What's
of
up,
cool
Kev?
stuff in it. Hey Kev, what's up, man? Good to see you. Wish they had photo mode with the game.
Ooh. Dude, look at the detail
Well,
on this like what is it, a
yeah, the
mechanical
spider.
beetle
Yeah,
spiders.
like all those screens, and it's crazy
Yeah.
for knowing what perspective you get. Like those magazines, like he doesn't do it right now, but if you get close enough, you can actually read what's on the cover. It's very, very detailed. So they kind of went overkill. It looks like they wanted to go first person at first for the game, but felt like it was better if it was like over the top perspective.
See, man, this is an option that they could probably do if they ever do the Ascent 2.
Like over the shoulder cam or something like that. That would be fun. But yeah, MakerCast talking about
Look at
photo mode.
the
This is
rust on the
something that's getting
pipes. Wow.
more and more popular that I absolutely love when they do. Look up
I agree,
Vigilance.
Paul. I agree, Paul.
Look up Vigilance 2099. Y'all not ready? Felt the reviews was a bit harsh on the Ascents. Yep. So he's talking about Vigilance 2099. Not sure what that is. Hopefully we don't get the stream ban like the other day.
Damn, dude. Disney Mickey was pissed off last week with us.
Mickey didn't like us. So Vigilance. So I'm looking this up. I don't know what that is. Looks like a cyberpunk style game. Looks good. DSN was a buggy mess at lunch. Couldn't play online co-op because my friend game kept freezing when I started quests. It's a really good looking game. Is there action? So it's some other type of a cyberpunk clone.
Wanted alive. Well, you know, there's also Deus Ex, which was an amazing. I mean, that game came out like what? Well, it actually came a long time ago.
The first one, it was in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, and it did. I mean, it doesn't look like how the new one is, you know.
Yeah, the new ones are quite a bit of fun.
It's a game, don't worry, LOL.
The first new one, because there's like two new ones they did. The first one I found was a lot of fun because you could play different ways. Like you could go strategic, you could like go stealthy or
divided something. It was what is it? Divided cut, and there was another, and mankind. It was like they split it up. Yeah.
But the first one had a big problem that you could choose whichever way you wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had boss fights that were designed for people who were playing.
That was made in Montreal.
Fighters.
The game was made in Montreal.
By Eidos.
Yes.
But you came to the boss fight, and it was designed as if you spec your character as a fighter at the level you were supposed to play. Yeah, Mankind Divided.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Was the 2016.
That was a free PS4 game, folks. That was a free plus game. I claimed it.
Playing the Ascent made the wait for Death Carnivals even harder.
Oh, I can't wait for Death Carnival.
But yeah, I remember playing and being stuck at the first boss and having to try like over 15 times because I was playing a hacker stealthy guy, not designed for fighting. So I was getting my butt kicked pretty hard. So Human Revolution was the one from 2011. Okay, yeah, that's the one, which is the best in the series for me. So
Ooh.
take that away, that problem from the for the bosses not being like tailored so that you can either avoid them if you do other stuff or like tailored to what you're able to take on in a fight. Yeah, that game is amazing, but that's the one flaw it had. If you were not making a fighter, those boss were mandatory and you were in trouble. So, but yeah, if you made a fighter, the bosses were not a problem. But if you made a hacker, stealthy guy, like I did on my first playthrough, it was a problem.
There was one, I think I was hiding in the pipes on the ceiling, and there was this robot that kept passing by, and I had to figure out how to get past it. And there was a gun, and you had to time it because I ran out of bullets and I had no ammo, and I had to jump down, grab the gun, and take out the robot. Yeah, it was pretty. I love that game. The director's cut fixed a lot of the boss fights.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice to know. Thanks.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, and it was tailored around the game. Really looked like a Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know if you ever played that.
Ah, come on, man. I'm waiting for the new one that keeps getting pushed back.
Yeah, so the gameplay was like more RPG elements similar to that, like you're exploring a map and getting some skills and
Mhm.
like all kind of ways to resolve the issues. So yeah, really like those games. So just want to be sure, okay, everything's good. So anything else on your side? Big news that popped up?
Uh, Big names that popped up, man. Honestly, no, not on my end. I know there was a Star Wars game coming out to Stadia. Did you hear about that one? I'm surprised we haven't brought it up.
I saw that and I was like, okay, this is fake. It looked like a upscaled PS2 game. When I was looking at the video,
I had my doubts. I'm not gonna say that that's a fake, but I did have my doubts. Like, but then it turned out it was a fake, and I hope Disney goes after his ass.
yeah, totally, because that was very dishonest to do. So,
Well,
here's one bit of PlayStation news that came out today. The PlayStation Plus titles for September.
man, I've already got Predator.
I don't. Is it fun?
It was glitchy as hell. Yeah, it was not a very good game, dude. In my opinion. In my opinion.
Not very good. Hitman
Yeah.
2 is a lot of fun. And
Hitman 2 is awesome. Overcooked. I mean, come on. That's great.
the PS5
So that's a
title.
PS5?
Yeah.
What?
I'm actually not familiar with that game.
Oh, dude, the Overcooked series is pretty popular. Paul's always streaming it. I'm just playing.
Really?
I'm playing. Paul's not streaming it.
What type of game is it?
It looked like Battlefront mod. Damn. Bro, that game was not that great. A lot of people trashed that game.
Do you mean
But
Overcooked?
yeah, no, Overcooked is a hit. Overcooked is a hit. Dude, just picture Hell's Kitchen with cute little characters.
Actually, I think I've played that.
Oh my god, and it's got crossplay. Yeah, man.
These games are all right. Overcooked 2 can be a lot of fun.
So I could see JD, you, me, and Vet playing this. Feed
Eating
me.
meatball. Yeah. Little shop a bar.
So for the first time, Overcooked goes online. Woohoo!
Have it on Game Pass though. Interesting.
Dude, it's 200 plus kitchens. And look at all the chefs.
Oh, and look at who pops in.
Happy birthday to you.
What did I miss? I was looking for a birthday background, but I could not find anything that wasn't.
So you found space?
Well, I'm everywhere, so that's how we do this.
What's up,
I was gonna go with I was gonna actually do an Xbox background instead.
Speaking of Xbox, can you look what he got? Look what he got.
You know what? I'm not gonna say that I'm jealous. Come on now, Ray. You know what? If you were allowed to buy one, would you not get that?
Hell yeah!
Exactly.
Dude, that is. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm kind of envious. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous.
You know what? Like I said, one thing I give Microsoft knows how to make a console look when they do those limited edition ones. They know what to do.
So does PlayStation.
Not like that. I ain't never seen a PlayStation console look like that.
You've seen the PS4 Pro when they did Kingdom Hearts. They did the Spider-Man. They did. Oh my god,
that's old school stuff now. We're in that next gen technology.
Oh my god, they were beautiful.
But yeah, I saw that console and it's like, okay, yeah, I need it.
That's sweet. That is a sweet console.
Did I miss anything? Oh, okay. So Rodella did make it in. Okay.
Rodella, oh yeah, he made it. He actually he's been helping us out with some good pointers.
Yeah, I watched him play. I was watching him last night over on Trovo when he was live last night.
On Rodella?
See, I know I got the God of War one. Nice.
That one was a pretty good one.
I had a friend. I remember he had it delivered in the office. He opened the box and I was like, oh, he collects the Pro console. I'm like, why would you collect consoles?
Oh yeah, if a God of War PS5, that would be a nice one.
They could actually very easily just release the official plates without the console.
True.
Because
I know I was watching. I did watch earlier when you guys were chatting about Ark.
Yeah. All right, Vet, come on, man. Did you try it out?
It's
hell
awkward.
No, I have not. Not until I watched enough videos to not even touch that one.
I actually tried it.
I get frustrated enough with games that don't work when they're supposed to. I don't want to play a game that I already know isn't going to work and get even more irritated that I'm just going to rage quit. Y'all have seen me play Watch Dogs 2 when that glitches out, when I'm having issues with the internet and I rage quit. I don't need that for a game that I know should never have made it out there in the public. Like, I get that it should have, and I called it. I knew that was going to be the 100th game. I called that yesterday. But they should have done something. I don't know how they thought that was a good port. And then just to take it down because you already knew it, the backlash. I mean, even 9 to 5 Google said that was a hot mess. Yeah. So it wasn't just people, players and pro Stadia people or the Stadia haters. Even the news articles. 9 to 5 Google's not an unknown company, that does articles. That's all they do is with Android and stuff. And even they could tell that was just a total train wreck that initially got dropped out.
There was a chicken and me and a little baby. I don't know what the hell. This thing's flaps open up and he poisoned me. We were fighting because I was hungry. So we were playing tug of war with the chicken and he went.
Did it look like it spit on you?
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I saw the poison. I saw the poison, and that's what I'm thinking.
That's the dinosaur in Jurassic Park that killed Newman.
Yeah. And then here's the crazy part. I ate some berries, and I'm walking. I kept hearing this. What the hell? And then a thing came finally on the screen. It says, "Oh, turn around. There's feces, and you can collect it and use it for soil to grow stuff." And it's like a turd.
I heard that. I heard that.
I put a picture on my Twitter page with a turd hanging out my ass. I put the picture on my Twitter page with a turd hanging out my ass.
Oh my God. I don't know if I could do that, but I've also been told that one you have to like. It takes a while before you're just grinding away, and that's not my style. I don't do very well with those slow paced games.
I'm giving it another try. I'm gonna give it another try and try and play it
on Stadia.
Yes, on Stadia. I have it on every platform. I have it on all my.
It's on xCloud.
I can play it on everything.
I'm sorry, but I saw Duncan's clips that he posted on it, and I saw the Stadia. The Xbox one looked beautiful. I will have to agree that was probably the best one, and then GFN, and then Stadia at the bottom, unfortunately. And maybe when they pushed out the updates that took care of the issues. I don't know. I went off of the initial look of it and the gameplay footage that I had seen, and that should not have been released.
Right now, the game is ammo for Stadia haters.
I want to know when Arc 2 is coming out. They're not, man. They want you to buy the Genesis map, and they want you to buy.
Coming out. It's Xbox exclusive, by the way, and it's got Vin Diesel in it. And I'm not even shitting you.
Yeah, I saw.
I read that. I saw that when it was announced.
I saw it.
That we'll get to see that. We'll see that stream from you when you get your Xbox, right?
He's gonna sit it right behind. It's going right next to his tower right there. He's sitting it right there.
Just put it right in the backside. That's the add-on for your PC.
Maker Chaos says xCloud has all the DLCs except the newest one. By the way, What do you guys think of Far Cry 6 going the looter shooter route? I'm excited.
Is it?
I saw some gameplay footage of it. I'm waiting for it. That one I'm ready for.
Me too. I want the alligator pet. I want the alligator. El Guapo.
Guano.
Whatever.
If you can rename it, that would be great. If I could rename it Guano, I'll be.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the crippled puppy dog with the wheels for legs.
Hey, don't knock wheels.
That's just come on. Seriously, guys. Puppy dog,
he's
dog
good
in a wheelchair. Come on now.
I need to look out Far Cry 6 more because I haven't looked at it much yet. I know it looks really good.
Check out John Scar's videos.
Oh yeah, he posted something.
He played it, and I think he's got like 4 videos, and looks great.
Because the thing with Far Cry up to now, I've played a bunch of them, and they all get me in at the beginning, like I'm impressed, but they don't keep me going at it.
Oh, the Seed family didn't keep you going, killing hillbilly cultists.
I didn't, but see, my problem with even Far Cry 5, I've never completed any of them because I have a problem with killing people. So I like Far Cry 5 was the best one when you can get on a tractor and you run someone over and you just watch their body just pop and all you see is blood everywhere. I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, that sounds really bad that I'm even saying it sounded fantastic.
Yeah, it did. Rocket launcher backpack did it for me, folks. Shooting rockets out of your backpack. That did it for me.
But yeah, I don't think since I tried Far Cry, the only ones I have not played was the first one and the second one. I jumped into that franchise with the third. I wasn't a big fan of the fourth one, but I don't play it for the mission, the storyline. I've not finished any of them because I just get the open world is what kills it for me. I can't focus on a game with an open world because I'm all over the place.
I beat the story. I beat all the seeds, and that was a wonderful ending. And I beat the New Dawn, and I'm actually going back and playing 3 and 4. And so
4, I think, was the one in India, was it, or somewhere?
The Himalayas. The Himalayas.
Yeah, you got elephants and stuff. I mean, I was like, all right, I can deal with that. If I can hijack an elephant and step on people, that's cool.
If it's a looter shooter, like because that's the thing, I haven't checked much stuff on it. But if it's a looter shooter, it might actually interest me more. But the other one's like, okay, you collect a gun, it's a gun. You can do small upgrades on him, I think, but it's very limited. But if it's an actual looter shooter, it might actually intrigue me more to give it a try.
Dude, crafting a car, driving around Cuba, and crafting guns with an alligator.
That's something else that interests me a lot because I've been to Cuba on a trip once. Love the place. We did. It was with school. We did like a cultural and music study
lived there
over there.
2 years, Guantanamo Bay. My dad. Shout out to my dad, Navy, and snakes, iguanas.
Oh, there's snakes.
Yeah, it's awesome
snakes.
to just be like lounging, like eating your lunch or like doing something, and there's a bunch of small lizards of all colors, like red, blue, green, like climbing around like you would have ants or like small insects anywhere else. But those are the small lizards, like it's everywhere. And they looked amazing.
Mango. We had a mango tree in the back, and that was one thing. You could coconuts, mangoes.
Have you seen mangoes that size?
I've never seen big mangoes like that, but I've seen I only seen regular size mangoes. Like
when I was because I was in Havana, and it's one of the things I found. Like they have mangoes lying on the table. It's like, what is?
We're talking about fruit, people.
It was,
I swear to God,
it was huge like that. And it was like, that's not a mango. What is that fruit? And yeah, it's a mango. They got mango trees over there that like grow large.
Show us with your hands again, Ray. Show us with.
The spaceman started that, man. He was like.
Mangoes.
Nah, dude. I used to. I would climb up the tree and I would throw mangoes down to my friends. They had sugar cane. You know what? Shut up, Bet. You've been drinking, huh? No. Drinking on his birthday, y'all. That's why he's red. Anyway, Cuba's a beautiful place, folks. I'll just say that.
Wonderful culture.
Yeah.
Amazing music.
Yep.
Great stuff there.
Get you.
Did they? So real quick to shift topics real quick. Did we ever find out what the PS Now games were? Did they even make an announcement, or was it just,
yes, we did.
PS Plus. We got PS Plus.
No, yeah, PS Plus. They did. They didn't announce PS Now.
No,
from what I've seen.
PS Now is always a bit later.
Going to get banned again.
Usually,
I stuck to space.
Stream's going to get banned again.
Oh god! I did see though. I was watching the trailer or the teaser, I guess, for Dead Space, the PS5 version. Though they were saying it was going to double down on dismemberments more. Like that's the highlight of the game. If you have it on PlayStation 5, is that you'll be able to maim and dismember people. Shoot out a foe's legs, slow it down. You can take out the arms. So literally, it's all about just dismembering the people. So, Rodella.
Mangoes is close to cans. No, it's not. It's not.
Not on this channel. It's not the right time for that.
Oh, yes.
Other bit of news: Horizon Forbidden West arrives on February 18th, so it's been delayed, sadly. So it was supposed to be there about a holiday. They never gave a date. They were aiming towards holiday if everything went well.
Man, but, my wife, she's not getting a birthday gift.
Ooh. But they did patch the first one to play at 60 frames per second for free. So that's a good thing. So that's just to specify, it was possible to play at 60 frames per second before, but in a performance mode. Now it's just a high resolution mode. Plays at 60 frames per second now. So it looks good and plays great.
That is one of my most anticipated games for
the one that I'm waiting for though is that new Marvel game. The what was it? Midnight Suns. And they just dropped the gameplay trailer that reveal. Trailer was
I
released.
need to see it because I sent somebody, hey, they're making another Marvel game. It's not better than Marvel Avengers, and I need to see gameplay. I'm like, okay.
Hold on. I think this has the link.
It's similar to XCOM, but it plays with cards. You're sending a link?
Yeah, it's to the article on PSU.com. I'm looking to see if it has
They got
the
Blade.
trailer
Blade
in it. I don't know if it's got the trailer in it.
Doctor.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a YouTube video. Let me see if I can get the...
Did I see Sabretooth?
If I can get the trailer to pull up on YouTube, I'll post that link instead because I can get it. Yeah, it says take on Sabretooth.
Gonna go back
if I can get.
Is that?
You know what? I'm just gonna go to YouTube. I can get it that way.
So it plays similar to XCOM, so it's a strategy game. You got the enemies, you got your heroes that you're controlling, you got a full team. So
wait a minute, you know what this reminds me of, don't you? Maximum. What was the Marvel where they had all the superheroes?
This podcast so much more professional. Feels so comfortable.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
so
no violence on this stream, folks. I'll tell you all about it later, Vet.
I'm excited for the Saints Row reboot.
Thought you were gonna say Maximum Overdrive.
No.
That was a movie with a truck. It was a semi truck with a clown's face on it, chasing people.
But I mean, it looks really good though. Still, I mean, just the fact that you've got other characters is impressive.
I am intrigued. This is something. Oh my goodness, Captain Marvel. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I'll get this.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Is it gonna be?
They gotta work on the booties though. The butts are flat on the women. They got flat butts in here, man. You know, at least Square knew how to shape a woman's butt. I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Okay. Oh, there's Blade also in the game.
Yeah, Blade, Doctor Strange is in that. And then the new one. I want to see it once it's live to see how it's really going to be.
Well, it's the team that did the XCOM game, so it's Fire Axis.
Yeah.
Okay, you sent a different link for it.
Yeah, it was the YouTube. It was the one I pulled off of YouTube. So I mean, I think it's probably the same what we just watched.
It's the same one, yeah.
Yeah,
I was watching that one earlier. It's the same.
Yeah, I think the only other thing I saw though, like Cyberpunk 2077 developers cast doubt over a PS5 version launching this year.
Yeah,
they basically said they can't promise that it'll be out this year, and I'm like, I wouldn't make promises you can't fulfill because you guys already did that once.
No violence, just cans. LOL. Maximum Overdrive. That's the game where you play a biker, right? Isn't that the game where you play biker? That's another game from Tim Schafer. We were talking about Psychonauts 2 earlier. If I'm not mistaken, Tim Schafer made Maximum Overdrive.
Gotcha.
I put that and Monkey Island and some.
I put a link in for you.
Yep.
Something interesting. You guys ever want to know how to clean your consoles, PS5s and PS4s?
That's a bit loud. Pressure washer. Yeah, that's effective. Drop away all dirt.
my God.
Be sure
What
to
is-
wear
what is that?
goggles, as this is dangerous,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Look, good
It
as
is-
new. Good as new. Oh no.
Stupid.
He's playing the console at the end.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, the screen is wet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Dude, I would kill somebody if they did that to one of my consoles.
Hey, man.
Your son's gonna be doing that to you.
I would, dude, I'd kill him.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Ray, you mean maximum overload? Ray, we don't have a PS5 like you.
No,
sir.
come on, guys. What was the game that had all the superheroes? And it was kind of like a top-down. They did a 1 and a 2. It was Marvel
Ultimate
Maxima. Ultimate. Where did I get Maxima?
I don't know. It's
Ultimate Alliance 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Which is the sequels to X-Men Legends.
I believe so. Oh, Paul, I didn't need to read that.
It was like 3 X-Men Legends. Then they did 2. Actually, 3 Marvel Ultimate Alliance. The third one's an exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, I believe. Which sucks because I would love to play that game, and I don't have a Switch. So no need to rub it in. You can tell he is a professional. That's one moist console. Moist. Moist. Always fun to say that word.
Not touching
As
it.
I said, Maximum Overdrive is the 80s film, LOL.
Yeah, that was a scary film.
I confuse you. But I had to that Marvel game on PS2, I believe. I wouldn't be surprised to find them in a crate somewhere. I have both of them on the PS2, or I think one of them I had on the PSP, the first one. Anyways, and the second one was on the PS3. It was a Civil War game. Civil War timeline. So yeah, I really love those games. I've bought them again on the PS4 when they did a re-release and finished them both. Really great games. What is it, Ray?
Nothing. I'm just thinking. I was just thinking of something.
He's still got his mind on that fruit.
Thinking about cans.
Mangoes. The shit that people come up in the chat, man. I'm like, where the hell they get this, you know? And then you're who does that? Mangoes, like big old.
Just talking about the size of the mangoes I've seen over there.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. That looked like you was holding a breast in your hand, man.
Like you're walking down the street and you see those mangoes, like, man. And those papayas.
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. You gonna get my wife gonna come in here and smack you from the back of the head.
Just thinking about stimulating his voice.
Whatever, man.
Oh man. So, other piece of news: the new PlayStation 5 redesign model has been studied by some specialists. Apparently, so a bunch of news came out about it. People are looking at it all kind of different ways. The heatsink is smaller. It's about half the size. It's a lot smaller heatsink on it, and it does generate more heat. Apparently it's 9 degrees hotter. So do you guys have any thoughts about this? Did you look into it?
I haven't looked into it.
Raina's mango.
Dude,
I haven't looked into it yet.
My son is crazy. He's got fans now that he puts in front of the consoles. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Just close the consoles off, Dad. I'm like, get the hell out of here. They have fans to take care of that.
In my opinion, they're delivering the console. It's made by some pretty good engineers behind it that double check everything. So
Xbox 360.
it could be possible that over time, if you don't clean your console as much, that it will shorten the lifespan of your console.
Oh, is that why my Nintendo still doesn't work? I still got to blow in the damn cartridges.
The only console I've ever had a problem with overheating was the 5 Xbox 360s that I got.
Yeah. And none of them had the red ring of death, right?
Oh my god!
Unearthing it just to see it still works.
I had to get the Elite. Knock on wood. My Elite is right over here on the floor. No issues with my Elite.
That's the only one I ever had, but I didn't play excessive amount of hours with it though, because I had a PlayStation 3 as well.
Man, I was playing the hell out of my.
To be honest though, I don't think I ever had. I only had one out of the 360s that I've ever owned. All of the ones that I owned over the years, I think only one of them had the red ring of death. I mean, which was an improvement for a Microsoft product, considering all of the computers that I've owned that have had the blue screen of death.
Maker of Chaos makes a good point here. It's the thing, when you get a console, you need to look at the recommendations of how to store it and what to do with it. It tells you it must be a well ventilated area. I'm sorry. So if you keep it in a place where it's not well enough ventilated, or if you got a warmer climate, it could potentially create a problem. But it's going to be minor. They looked into it and made sure that the specs are good enough. Is in normal condition, it should not go over temperature. And you probably won't see much of a difference between the two.
See, I wouldn't have dust or heat for mine, just because I'll just throw an industrial strength fan right behind it. Ain't nobody getting near that thing,
bro.
Kids the kids and everything else from it.
I got. You know what, man? My wife. That's funny because my wife told me, you know what? You need to dust the entertainment. Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
And don't put it upside down. You're going to break everything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just grab one and do it right next to your face. Don't do it. You're making frozen mangoes there, Ray? Ray, you making frozen mangoes?
You know, I forgot, man. It chills. It gets cold.
Yeah, it's liquid CO2 inside.
Yeah, but and he's got a point. That's the problem, though, with the average customer isn't going to do all that stuff, though.
Yeah.
Hell no.
The average consumer will not do any of that stuff. It doesn't matter if it's recommended, if it's in big fucking 128 point font. They're still going to ignore all of that stuff and put it wherever. They'll have it buried underneath the bottom of their entertainment center with with 50 cords sticking out everywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Heck, when the PS3 came out, I was a teenager. I had the PS2 and one of my furniture. Got a PS3. It's like, okay, I'm removing this, putting that in its place. It's like, it's wireless. I can actually shut the door in front of it. Big mistake. Eventually, my game froze. Brand new PS3, it shut down on me. Like, what's going on? I go see it. I hear the big fan running, and the console is burning like it's hot. So I had to let it cool down before I could play again. So
yeah, it's like when you have a cell phone, leave it outside too long or in the car, and watch how hot that thing gets, and it shuts itself down because the battery's going to blow up if you don't.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast the other day while cleaning my car and stopped playing because it was cool when I started cleaning my car and the sun came out and I happened to be laying under the sun. So after 10 minutes, phone shut down. So
I lost one of my favorite tablets, man. one of my. I mean, I carried this tablet everywhere. It's like a 10-inch tablet. It was by Samsung, and I love that tablet. And it just overheated the battery. Yeah,
I know people don't realize like that's the worst thing to do is like computers, anything like that has a screen, and leave that thing sitting in your car all day. That's a big no.
Yeah.
But they don't. That the problem is with companies. They don't. Whether it's cell phones, it's tablets, it's video game consoles. They don't tell you any of that stuff. And most people, even if they told you, they're not going to do anything about it anyways. Oh, the 60 gig, the infamous 6. Was it the 60 gig was the infamous one that was the only backwards compatible, or was it
that? I had that and I traded it in because I had a PS2 as well.
I got the fat one. Is that the big fat? I got the fat one.
The only one, but that's the problem is that is the most wanted PS3 still. Like because you can't find them anywhere. Nobody gets rid of them because of the fact that it's the only PS3 that was fully backwards compatible. Like I remember GameStop when they had them in stock. Briefly, they would sell them almost immediately, like it was brand new.
That is one thing I'm extremely disappointed in the PS5 about. Backwards compatibility. When they were designing the console, they said it would be backwards compatible, that it would read all of the disc. Like for PlayStation 4, 2, and 1, 3 was a maybe because PS3 was so different than other systems, but it was going to read PS1, PS2, and PS4 games, the discs, and they scrapped that out because they basically said people are not interested in older games; they wanted new games. I was hugely disappointed.
And I would love to know where they got where they got that information from, though. That I would have loved to have known where they got the information that says that nobody wants that. Because if you look at what
sales,
you look at sales on look at eBay, look at the third party places that have the PS3, the backwards compatible one. Those things sell like crazy still. If you go on eBay and try to pull up listings, I can guarantee you they're going to be very expensive.
Lunar 2 list.
Oh, jeez.
Sometimes at about $1,000.
Yeah.
The first one doesn't list as high. The second one is extremely rare. It lists at around $1,000. It's a classic game. So,
DrSpaceman will give you the hookup, $500 off the top.
$500 off the top.
Yeah.
For Lunar 2.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this later.
See there? See, here to hear, folks.
Well, we know. Well, he's got to have money for that Xbox.
No. Let me tell you what he's gonna get. I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna get that damn super duper controller, that $300 and something controller with the with that console. I can see that. Because if you're gonna go out, man, you might as well get the best.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, see.
Once he gets it, well, that's what our first stream that we'll get to watch of him will be where he'll be teaming up against Rodella. They gonna play some
Halo
games.
They gonna play Halo, man. Hey, I'll watch that. Dr.
I would too.
I'm looking for
streamed Halo 5. I streamed Halo 5 and was thoroughly impressed, and I'd never touched a Halo game in my life.
I just started Halo Reach the other day.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
I never played Halo, but I played the Gears franchise. Was not a fan of it. I could see myself probably getting more
of Gears. Chainsaw cutting people. I
jumped in right at number 5, and then I got to a point where I got stuck, and I just said "F it" and I quit. Which is usually when
I tried both.
I don't know. Halo seemed more. I was more intrigued with Halo than after playing the Gears 5. So
I met Cliffy B when he was showing off the very first Gears of War at the Xbox 360 launch, and they showed that game, and I was just like,
"Oh, back then it was amazing.
This is like the game of all games." Kevin, hello. Kevin was in the chat. Kevin was with me, man. Kevin, remember, we won the bands to go to be the first 3,000 something people to get their Xbox 360, and I just, oh my God, that game was amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah, I went to eBay just curious to look at the backwards compatible 60 gig PS3, 189, 200, 250, 285, 260, $300. I can get one in perfect condition with the remote control. 180, 140, $300, 200. I mean, the minimum price is like 200 and it goes up to $300, although they've got a brand new one, never used, still sitting in the box for $2,000, which I wouldn't. So I'm like, I don't know where Sony was getting the idea that it's not like profitable. Like that was stupid. Yeah, that's the fat console. That's the 60 gig is the $300 piece of technology sitting on eBay if you want one, or $250.
God damn it, you guys are talking about dust. I went like this, dust flew all in my face.
It's one of the many arguments why I'm interested in this little box.
I mean, the design would have sold me anyways. The way that thing looks, I'm sorry.
That got Dr. Space all over it. Oh, wow, look at that. He got the blue dragon.
Ooh.
Classic game. That's why I unearthed my...
Scared Ray right away. Scared him away with that Xbox stuff.
But yeah, Rodella, there's the external card maybe eventually, but I do have fiber over here. So unless the Xbox servers are
you'll also have xCloud to use of it in December. So to compensate your storage issues.
If xCloud gets better over here, it's getting better, but it's still
But my thing is that I can't see that it's going to run like crap for everyone if it's going to be available via consoles to use as well.
There you go.
I'm just saying Microsoft is going to do something to fix that issue the moment they drop it on the console. When they flip the switch for the consoles, it's going to work. I bet you 10 to 1 it'll work perfectly for everyone. Whether it's PC, it's tablet, it's phone, I bet you they'll launch. That'll be when we'll see an Android app or a Google TV app.
It should also be very optimized within the console.
Yeah,
dude, I'm impressed. I mean, it works great for me in my browser, so I can just imagine it on a console. Oh my God, man! Like,
yeah, but Ray, you're in California. All the servers are over there.
Yeah, you're in Silicon Valley. You're an exemption. We don't count you.
Like you're literally like you're connecting the back of your computer, walk out in the street, and you're connecting the other cable directly in the data center.
Yeah, so you don't actually count. The rest of us real people that don't have that exclusive Microsoft port right out in their backyard. But no, and remember, Windows 11 launches October 5th, and xCloud is built in with Windows 11. So the pieces for what Xbox and Microsoft are doing have been lining up. The stars are aligning, and it's all leading to that the holiday December launch when they flip that switch. I bet money that it's all going to line right up at once. By December, you'll see a night and day difference.
I know somebody that's got Windows 7. He's like, yeah, man, I can't wait for the free update. I'm like, the free update is for Windows 10, you idiot. You got Windows 7.
You still got Windows 7?
Man, hey.
I've got Windows 11 right now on my PC, so I hope I get the upgrade. Oh, wait. What?
Hey. I can't laugh
Windows
though.
11 and use the Xbox.
When XP was out, I had 98. Okay, I'm dating myself, but when people were having XP, I had 90.
What are you
98.
What are you talking about? What's this 98? I was rocking 95 still. Hell, I think one of my systems had Windows 3.1 on
it. I do have one of my retro towers right here that has 98. I told you guys that Xbox wasn't playing this gen. Nah. But
The
neither
way
is
it's going,
Sony.
But
it's
didn't
not
they-
Neither is
impossible. With,
Sony. Sony's coming.
But
Don't count
remember,
it out.
though, with Microsoft, who did they say their competition was for cloud? If you're looking at the cloud, who did they say their competition was?
Stadia.
It wasn't. Yeah, exactly. Google. So, of course, they're going to try to do something to outperform. They've got the consoles. Google doesn't have physical consoles. Yes, they've got TV. They got Google TV. They're going to have the Stadia is going to be built in to the TCL's TVs because they're shifting from. They're going to have two separate models for instead of Roku, it'll have Google TV. You're also going to have, what was the other partner? LG. So they've got it there, but Microsoft has Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, the Series S, and the Series X that will all have access to Xbox. Then you have Windows 11.
The Chromecast with Google TV will most probably have xCloud.
Exactly.
They're trying to reach every single device that will be compatible.
To be
with
honest, I would
and
not
Google
be
is
surprised
open
if they
to
don't.
everything.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Roku app.
Hey, Crow.
It doesn't need really. I mean, you could potentially do a web-based app to have access to it just for because Roku TVs. What do you need? You have to have Wi-Fi enabled on it, or you have an Ethernet port in the back of the TV to download. So So they'll have the TVs. They're already on phones. They'll be on tablets. They're going to be on Windows 10 PCs, Windows 11 PCs. I mean, they literally, and that's what they do. They are going to just, if they block it, people will sideload it.
Google I can almost assure you Google will not block it because Google is opening their peripherals to everyone mostly.
But if they blocked it on Google TV, they would have to block it on phones then. It's still Android regardless. Whether it's Android TV, it's still a variant of the Android operating system, which means that either it's going to be sideloaded then, so that there's no way unless you're going to turn off the ability to sideload apps, which we know they won't do.
Right now, the biggest competitor to Stadia that's operating on similar level and similar qualities is GeForce Now. Yet, you go into stores and where there's the Chromebooks and all that, what they're advertising is not Stadia, it's GeForce Now. Google
I was at Target earlier today. Yeah, I was at Target and I was looking, walking down the electronics aisle, and every single Chromebook was, it showed, it was showing the advertisements on their demo screen, and it was Android apps you can get, but then the next step was it was just broadcast in NVIDIA GeForce Now all over the place.
And you know what the weirdest thing is that on TV, the commercials out here, they're running crazy commercials on the Chromebook. But they're not mentioning nothing added to it.
You want to know why? The reason Google does that is they don't care about their own products selling well or not. They want everyone to step in their environment, their ecosystem. They want people to have the Chromebooks, the Android, and everything. Then go in the store and make purchases for whichever app, and they make their cut out of that. Plus, they use their browser, they use all their softwares. They're making a shit ton of money from that. So even if Google, like people are not using Stadia on the Chromebooks, Google is still making tons of money, even if they go for a GeForce Now because of everything around. So
their ecosystem is expanded anyways. Now look at the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro and eventually the Pixel Fold when they announced that. That's using their proprietary GPU now. Who else does that? Apple. If you buy an iPhone, you're more than likely you have an iPad and you have an iMac or a MacBook, or you're all Apple. You have an Apple TV. Google is no different. They're going to want you. They already and they just announced that next year Chromebooks will be using the same processing stuff that their own built-in chip that the Pixel 6s. So they're doing the same. They're following Apple's footprint with expanding that hold on their ecosystem where they control the CPU, they control the updates. Everything is done within the Google world. Is no different than Apple and with controlling iOS. Except that Android is a little bit way more open than when you compare it to Apple's lockdown on everything.
if when xCloud comes to Google TV, I wouldn't even be surprised to see advertising with a Chromecast with Google TV with Xbox in the advertising. The reason is if people know that that Chromecast it allows you to play xCloud and it works well, people will go to that device. Then, if they're looking into buying TV shows, like you want to catch the last season of your favorite show and you have to buy it in the store, you do it on the Chromecast with Google TV. Google's making a cut out of that. There's a bunch of stuff that if you're using that device, Google's making a cut out of it. They're not releasing that device out of charity. They're making a lot of money out of the device in a bunch of directions.
Google, yeah, exactly. Google's doing the same thing that Apple does, and and Microsoft's the same thing. Microsoft wants their products everywhere, and I'm not talking just like Windows stuff. That goes along. That philosophy is just as much Windows products as it is their Xbox brand. They want you to be able to have access to Xbox on everything, just like they want their Windows stuff, Office, available on everything, Edge on everything. It's going to be the same thing. It amazes me that how well it's gotten, and I'm telling you, the lining of how the xCloud has been going, it's going to get better. You've got Windows 11 launching October 5th. December rolls around, you've got xCloud working and flipping the switch for the older consoles, last gen and the next gen. So it's going to be fully optimized by then. We know that. I mean, I don't know personally, but I can't imagine that it will not be optimized 100% by the time that they flip that switch, because they're not going to want backlash.
Excuse me, Vet, but what's PlayStation doing? What is Sony doing? When is Sony going to hit a switch?
Sony is silent, as they typically are.
Oh, that's
well. They released some games on PlayStation Plus today, and they've been dropping hints and stuff. But I'm sorry, but they need to step it up. They're going to get left in the dust if they want to continue to be relevant in the cloud gaming way that it's panning out. And I want to call it the cloud gaming wars, because you're starting to see the trend that back at the early days of the Xbox original, that was the console wars. You had Nintendo, Sony, and then Microsoft. We're at the same point in time where things are focusing that way with the cloud stuff, technology. And if Sony doesn't do something, they're going to get left behind. They're going to end up cloud tech wise. They're going to end up just like they're going to be irrelevant, like Sega was in the console wars.
This is the Tokyo Game Show that's coming later. They reveal the lineup, and I want to show you. I looked at another one earlier. Hope I can find it. Okay, here's someone who's there. Who's
what the hell?
At the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
So Microsoft has some space in the Tokyo Game Show on September 30th on the first day. Scroll down, like we see like many great companies like Konami, might show some PlayStation games. We see Capcom, we see there was Square Enix over there, Bandai Namco, Level 5, one of my favorite studio out there. Sega Atlas is there.
The Japan Game Awards. I'm
but
interested.
Studios is one thing.
Toei is there. Konami is there again. So Konami's got
Sony.
Konami's got 2 slots.
Hey, Ubisoft.
Arc System.
You know what though, Rodella? To be fair, that wouldn't surprise me if they did. It would not surprise me if they did that. I don't see it happening, but and Sony still has their exclusives. But what is that going to do if nobody? The longer you go without saying anything of what you're going to do, Microsoft is going to keep pushing forward, and they're just going to fall off. It doesn't matter how good the exclusives are if they don't make any big waves. You're gonna get left behind, and I hate it's just it's going to be inevitable. I don't know if that will happen. They hopefully will do something, but right now they're going to get left behind
Sony
compared to
DrSpaceman.
Even Ubisoft is there.
Yeah, it's UB Day 2021.
But Sony is nowhere to be seen.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought I saw Sony. Hold on. I saw Sony.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I saw Sony. Hold on.
Yeah. Like I said, that's where that was my point maker.
No, it's not Sony. It's Sonic, not Sony.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Another event that's over there, and they're still not present.
It's on their home turf. Both Sony and Nintendo are no-shows.
But Nintendo's not.
Isn't there
And
either.
Nintendo, I'm not worried about because Nintendo's not making a push into the cloud. Nintendo doesn't even have. They have a few things, but they don't have like a PlayStation Now service that's dedicated cloud technology that's been around for ages. That they are letting. They're going to lose the competition. They're going to lose out to Microsoft. They're going to lose out to Stadia at the rate that they're going. And anybody else that comes out, they're going to not. I don't care how many great exclusives that they have. That means nothing if nobody uses it. You can have the best exclusives in the world, but if nobody's using the service, that means absolutely nothing. And that's right there. That's the ultimate thing. Is the longer they wait, everybody's going to catch up, but then everybody's going to pass them, and then Sony's going to have to do so. I get it that they can, but they have to get off their ass and actually do something.
Right
and if
now,
they don't, they may as well fold and throw their cards in right now if they're not going to. If they're focused on consoles, they need to announce something.
Sony at the moment have a big voice in the world of gaming, but the more they wait, the more noise there is around. And a lot of that noise is Xbox. We're not going to lie.
Right.
They're waiting too long right now. They need to announce something. They need to step it up. And for months now, there's been insiders that have been coming like, just wait. Next week, there's an event planned. So Sony's going to announce some big stuff. They're going to reveal like the future plans and all that. We know they're acquiring studios. We know they're signing some deals. There's some big stuff coming in the future.
Chaos. Good point.
But
don't have the longer Sony waits, the more the competition can start to catch up.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, and that's what I said. They're going to catch up, but they're going to pass them. Sony's going to be left in the dust at the rate. If you look at where they're at now, I get we've shown what they're doing, the information that they've let out. But that doesn't mean anything because everyone else is passing them by on the highway. They're going to get to a point where you either need to put up or you need to just fold and throw your cards in and be done with it.
What happened to those 100 shows Jim Ryan said was happening this year for Sony?
The year's not over with.
And there's another player who's finally entering the arena this month.
KFC?
Right. No, but Ray, you know who it is.
Yeah.
It's Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon is making its entrance in the video game world big time with New World. They're big MMORPG they've been working on for a very long time.
So, but what do we think of like Tencent? You think they'll make a push with anything?
Tencent is, from my understanding, they're still going more PC and multi-platform.
But we do know though
in a backstage.
They got money because they got $30 million invested in the streaming wars. Tencent's got $30 million invested in the streaming wars because they're the ones that created Trovo. And they dropped $30 million to have them go up against Twitch.
Trovo is back.
But then again, so is YouTube. Tencent? I mean, everybody's going up against YouTube. But I mean, Tencent's obviously they got money. If they're willing to drop $30 million to take on Twitch, I mean, they've got to have something planned. And I'm not saying cloud gaming, but it definitely is going to have something, a factor within all of this stuff going on.
Xbox, bring back Mixer.
Yeah, right. They'll partner with. I can see them partnering with Tencent. Get their foot in over on that side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, Tencent owns Trovo, so They dropped $30 million to get that to compete against Twitch, to take on Twitch.
So I'm just looking for something. So talking about Amazon New World, like okay, don't care about this. Okay, so just want to be sure I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I've got it. So Amazon New World, we don't know if it's coming to the cloud yet. At the moment, it's only a PC release, but that's one of the tweets I found here. Someone asking if it's going to be on NVIDIA GeForce Now. They said, we don't have any information regarding NVIDIA GeForce Now at this moment. More information will be made available when we get closer to launch. So that's concerning, like bringing the game to the cloud and if it's going to be on NVIDIA GeForce Now. I don't want to speculate too much, but like I'm saying, this is the subject is whether or not New World will be in the cloud. How likely is it that they actually put the game at launch or shortly after launch on Luna and they kick Luna out of beta and release it in more countries?
I could totally see that happening.
That
Very
could
possible.
totally be the title that kicks Luna out of the beta.
Well, if you're going to take them out of take a cloud gaming service out of beta with one game, that would be the one to do it.
Very popular. It's probably the most talked about MMORPG at the moment that people are anticipating. People who tried this game, everyone I talked to who tried this game,
I
can't
tried
wait
it.
for it to release.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's what I'm getting at. Is like, if you're gonna do something to promote turning on to flipping the switch, basically, to have all of your, everybody to have access to it, you need something to promote it. And if you're gonna promote something, that's the one to do it.
so,
And and people bringing back old stuff. Did Amazon make games that did not do too well? Yeah,
they did release. Yeah, they
but
released.
guess what? You got to
stuff.
learn. In a company, you take risk and you learn from your mistakes, and you invest and you try and try again.
What?
They got money.
What? Doesn't Microsoft still make NFL Fever?
No, they actually made a deal with Madden.
Immediately.
I know.
If Luna does that, they will kill Stadia immediately. Ouch.
But you know what? To be fair though, if that happens, if Luna does that, I don't know whether they kill Stadia immediately. It don't matter, because the Stadia haters that are out there, good God, can you imagine? That's all Twitter. Twitter's that'll be what's trending. It's the death of hashtag the death of Stadia or something stupid like that, because you know that they will pounce. They do that anyways. They pounce on whatever information they can use against them. And it's not that it's Stadia. It's because of who created Stadia. Google. That's what it is. It's not that they hate Stadia. They're all probably iPhone users. They're all Apple users that can't stand Google products.
Yeah.
Luna actually communicates with their
Luna made my avatar, folks. Yeah, they communicate.
But it's not just Luna that communicates with players. I mean, GeForce Now is no different. They communicate with people too. So, but remember, Google is a business that it's not. They were not in the gaming industry. GeForce Now has been around. Amazon is obviously learned from watching what mistakes not to make by watching Google's mistakes and learning, hey, let's not do it this way. So, I will give them credit. They interact with a lot of people when you're with everybody, and obviously they made Ray's avatar. So, it shows that they actually they keep an eye, they communicate and take care of they look at their player base and, want to make them happy.
They gave me feedback on some stuff a bunch of time without me tagging them. So they're.
I mean, I won't tag them. I've played a couple of games before, or even when I just comment on games. When Ride 4 was announced, and I said I wanted to play it, I just commented on it that I was interested in that, and they will tag me in it, or comment on it.
They jumped in my stream when I did, what was it? Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim,
Scott,
yeah.
they jumped in the stream. There was the devs and Luna, and they were, hey, here's some codes, here's some tips. Just really, really good people. And just to be fair, I've also talked to some Stadia people too. And so I don't know.
And I'm not knocking Stadia. I'm not knocking any of them. I love all. I've used them all, and I still do. I want to see all of the cloud gaming services succeed. It doesn't matter if I'm not going to use Stadia that often, but I want to see them succeed. I want to see PlayStation succeed. I want to see Xbox succeed. Same with Luna. I probably will never say that if EA says, hey, we're starting our EA cloud service, come on and play Madden, I'll say the hell with that, because I want to see you fail, because you effed up Madden too many times.
I gotta say this, folks. I gotta say this. The PC version of Madden is not like the Madden on the PS5. I played the PC damn version of Madden. Good Lord, I can't believe they released that. Oh my God. Can't believe they did that. On the PS5, there is some hiccups, but not like they did on the PC. Good Lord.
And that's the problem. The PC version, what do you think Stadia got? Stadia got the PC version.
I know.
Which is the buggy garbage trash game and I don't know why people even bought it. And everyone's trying to defend it and say, well, it's not, it's
go support,
or they're blaming Stadia. One thing I will defend
2022, guys. Go support Axis 2022.
I will defend Stadia. That is not. Stadia should have just said no. We don't want that trash. But I get that was the thing. But good God, that was there's no way I was going to piss away my money on that one.
I right now I'm on my PS5. I got like 2 hours left. And then on the PC, man, I got like 9 hours. And then there's another platform. I've only been doing the trials and kind of seeing what's what, and this is the first year, because I've always bought Madden day one. This is the first time. Hell, I'm thinking about picking up Axis 2022 because it's actually just so you guys know, it's not graphic like Madden. But it's a really awesome indie football game. It is awesome.
And if you reach out to them, they actually communicate with you to let you know what's going on. Like if you have an issue, because I had somebody that was watching made a comment about the tackling. I reached out to the dev. I copied what they said this is what feedback I got. He responded, said, hey, we're fixing that in the next bug. Jeff was another one. He had an issue with the controller icon between Xbox and PlayStation. Guess what? He reached out to the dev. They fixed it, and then the latest update. It's not like like Madden. If I can guarantee you, if I had an issue with Madden, reach out to EA. It's gonna get filed away as we don't effing care.
Might be fixed in 2 generations.
I'm just like the same animation and the same. I mean, it's like I get it.
To be fair, I could knock Madden all day with some of the crap, but guess what? There's other games I can do the same thing with. NBA 2K. I'm sorry. The one thing that I loved with EA was NBA Live. I was so thrilled when they came out with 18 and 19. I was disappointed when they stopped and just said, F it, let's just let
I agree.
2K continue their trash that they don't do anything. It's buggy as hell. Their online multiplayer crap is garbage.
We need a hockey game in the clouds. Bring a hockey game to the effing clouds, 100%.
Man.
Jesus.
I don't get why it's not
boxing. That's what I want. Hockey and boxing.
Ooh.
But for a sports game, like we talked about Pro Evolution Soccer becoming eFootball, doing live service games. I don't understand why we don't see more live service games for sport. Well, I do understand it. They're making more money with the current way of doing it.
Right.
But they're also pissing off the user base with that as well.
Yeah.
It's every year you have to buy the game again, and people are buying it right at the beginning and paying the big bucks and starting a fresh game from scratch, losing everything they had a year before where they spent a bunch of money building up their like their legacy teams, and like buying cards and all that. Make a live service game for sports like they're doing with eFootball, and apparently FIFA is going that direction as well. So pull that concept to other games. So to hockey, football, boxing, golf, whatever, all those games, make it a live service, make it so that you can buy content and keep extending the same game, and that over time the graphics will improve, like we've seen with Destiny 2, that keeps improving at every single basically they release new DLC. There's a bunch of graphic overhauls that happen.
Yep.
And a bunch of games out there are doing that. So,
well, EA could very easily do that with Madden, because there's Madden. You have a split. You have half of the users, or you have the franchise fans, but then you also have the ones that just play it for the MUT cards. You could very easily split that game to a service game and give where you have the franchise and you have the other crap that nobody gives two shits. I mean, I guess people play the cards where they're pissing away money left and right.
I play franchise mode. I do my season with my Niners. When I'm doing hockey, I do my season with my Sharks.
But I don't want to spend $60 just to play a franchise mode that I know all they did was carry it from one. I've played Madden 18. That's literally what I've got. Probably for the last 5 years, they have not updated. All they do is they update the roster.
You could
maybe change the logo if a team loses their name.
Yeah,
or something.
Buy a season pass so that you get newer players for
there
like
you go,
$25.
Doctor.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
You go.
That's what.
Yeah.
You could why EA doesn't go that, and maybe they will. Maybe this is the start. Is you have one company that does that style with the soccer game, and then if it's successful, then you start seeing everybody follow suit, because they're not all gonna hop on the bandwagon doing that if it fails.
But Vet, you also can spend $14.99 on EA Pro and don't have to spend the $60 and then just get the game.
But that's only PC. But that's only PC. That doesn't.
I know. So when I'm looking at Madden, I'm looking at Madden, and I'm like, I couldn't even. I'm like,
last generation.
I couldn't.
So I'm going to spend $15 to play Madden 22, which essentially is Madden 21 with just new rosters and some extra players. They did nothing to the game besides make it the same boring garbage. Oh wait, no. Let's see. We did add a new feature, guys. We added a college thing. Theme thing.
On the PS5,
you can play your college team. Big effing deal.
You get next gen stats. Woo.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing. They basically said "f you" to how many? They said "f you" to everyone that doesn't have a next gen console. They just gave a big thumbs up, middle finger to every one of those guys, and said you're going to get the same garbage because you're going to complain about it, but we know you're going to buy the game and still play it. So deal with it. That's my problem. That's why I stopped investing in Madden. And they're not going to get a dime out of me anymore because it's ridiculous.
I wait until it goes on sale. I refuse to pay $60. I wait till it's like 20 something dollars, and that's when
it's not worth it.
That's what I did with my PS5. I did that with the PS5. I bought Madden for when it was on sale for like 20 something dollars. I got FIFA also on the PS5 when it was on sale for like 20 something dollars.
I used to always buy my sports games 2-year-old.
Damn.
I think the last Madden that I really enjoyed was
get it at like $10-15.
The last one that I really enjoyed was Madden 14 because I tied it in with NCAA football 14.
Those are the good old days.
So you play your college, you create your college player, you run them through 4 years of college, you save them to your hard drive, and then you carry them. You hope to God when you do your franchise, you're able to draft your own damn player.
Well, the best college player ever I played with was Ray Sherrod. He got signed to the 49ers. He was a superstar.
I'm not sure. I think the newest Madden the one they're working on, they're adding the full roster of the NCAA.
They've added a few new teams and a new college feature, but it's basically to tide people over until their new college football game comes out. I think they said now it's like 2024, but I'm hoping that they don't screw this up. But I wish they would bring back a basketball game. Honestly, when you had 2K NFL 2K, the 2K franchise, I bought that before I bought Madden. I stopped playing Madden, and all I did was play 2K football. And then when they stopped making it, I went back to Madden. But if 2K could do a simulation football game, I would buy it in a heartbeat. The problem with Madden, it's not just an EA thing. It's because they have that exclusive license on the NFL.
Bring it back.
They have an NFL exclusive license. And because of that, they have absolutely no competition. And that is why every year you're paying $60 for a piece of trash game with updated rosters. You're basically spending $60 to update your roster. And
The NFL makes so much money with that.
Exactly. That's also the problem. Is somebody needs to just be like, all right, you guys got the damn monopoly, and sue the shit out of them. Threaten a lawsuit and sue them. The only way for games to get better, and the only way I foresee Madden ever getting better, is they need competition. And unfortunately, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
All the sports, basically the NFL, the NBA, what they need to do is remove the contracts and say any games that are made, we're making a cut out of. They're going to get competition. They're going to get people on board.
The question is, if Google will
money.
do that, I think Google makes more supporting companies than doing their own thing. Maker of Chaos 12.
Yeah, they won't, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. They make a lot of money supporting other services.
Fuck is on.
That's why we're very probably gonna see xCloud on the Google TV.
Hands down. I mean, I've already
finally releases something. It'll also be on there and probably advertised.
Well, see the thing, and with xCloud, we know it's coming to Google TV. I sideloaded the latest version to the Google TV, and it runs perfect. It runs. I have no problems running it. It's not fully supported like it should be because it's not the full app. It's not the licensed one or whatever that they pushed out. So I don't get updates for it unless I sideload the updates again. But having it on there, I loaded it up. I hooked up my Xbox controller via Bluetooth. Ran perfect. Had no problems with any of the games I was loading up. It took a bit to sign in because it's not optimized. It basically you're sideloading the Android version that has Android TV support. So it did take me a bit to get for me to log in. But once I got it logged in, it was perfectly fine. Yeah, I even had a search bar. I even had a search bar in there that I could search for games, and I don't have to keep swiping all the way to just holding the thumbstick to the right to go through my list of games. It breaks it down. Not throwing any shade at any other companies that do something.
I did sideload the xCloud app on this device here, the NVIDIA Shield Pro.
I want one of those.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a really great device. It upscales from 1080p to 4K.
Isn't it sad that you have that and Google TV came out with their don't get me wrong, I love the product. It's a massive upgrade over, but the storage thing was the flaw. That was the biggest problem, I think. You didn't get that you didn't get that pink colored one?
They were all out of it.
But the thing is, because I'm so far away from the servers for Microsoft, which is the problem at the moment, which will probably be resolved very soon, I believe what is going on is that the response takes so long that the timing for rasterization of the screen is off. So I once in a while get lines going down the screen. It keeps doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. You showed me what it looked like, but like you said, like you said though, when it loads perfectly, when you get those glimpses of what it can look like, or what it will look like, it's like having the console sitting in front of you.
Exactly. I get better results out of the browser because I think the browser is not as optimized, but because there's not that optimization, it's actually not taking into account those issues and it's just sending me the image. So I get a bit more latency. The image is not as crisp, but I don't get all those glitches that the system is not able to compensate. So I don't get those squares popping everywhere, pixels, and those lines going down. And it's actually at times very playable in the browser. But when I use the app,
have that problem.
That's because you have their plug in the backyard.
And that's why I feel so.
But I
why
can,
feel
you
so
open the window, you can see the server, Ray.
I would,
but to be honest, to be fair though, I don't have those issues either, and I'm in Minnesota, so I'm not. And it's like there's. So
I'm
it,
telling
but
you, man,
it will
when
get
they
better.
fix it, when they do fix it, I mean,
That'll be beautiful.
Telling you, when December rolls around, we're going to see people. I don't know if we'll see people streaming it more, but I can guarantee you, when you stream it, it's going to be night and day difference.
One of my favorite games on xCloud is the Sony game, and that's the baseball game. Plays and looks amazing.
I've live streamed that at least 2 or 3 times, and I will sit there and do a full 9 innings, and the first time I played it, the very first time when it first loaded there, it was not playable at all.
I agree.
But that was that was before the Series X blades were flipped on. Once they put those blades turned on, it was night and day difference, and I've never had an issue ever since.
Yeah.
But just to be able to play a Series X game in the cloud, like we don't have PlayStation 5 games in the cloud. We all know that. But Microsoft was obviously Sony's doing something wrong if they can't figure out how to do it. But Microsoft was able to get several Series X games working in the cloud.
In my opinion,
in a big AAA game, the biggest, one of the biggest ones, which was a Sony game originally, exclusive, that they got a Series X version working in the cloud.
Sony's coming though, guys. Don't think Sony's sitting on their ass. They will come, but they just they need to hurry up and get in the game.
If Sony doesn't move,
we're gonna be old and gray before they get to the
if Sony doesn't move faster, because of the light. Anyway,
I thought we were gonna see a big old Xbox logo in the background.
Oh, look at him! Look at that!
Switching the light.
Trainer.
Look! If we were getting super chats, good God, Rodell would be dropping them like crazy.
There is a link at the bottom of the description for a tip jar, by the way.
So drop them tips in there to fund our Xbox adventures.
Help him get a Halo Infinite.
It's part of Game Pass, so that's not too much of a problem.
Damn, there he goes, another jab.
He only needs a $15 donation. He's good.
Dude, I got my Xbox right here. It's called my desktop tower. But
you use Windows, so just save up your Microsoft reward points and cash in a free month. Then you gotta worry about it. Then you're getting it for free.
So Sony needs to wake up, and we know they're doing some stuff. We know they got stuff prepped up in the back. They need to show us the money, show us the stuff. But it's the thing right now, their sole focus is to deliver the PlayStation 5. That's all they're doing at the moment publicly.
And it's unfortunate though, because Microsoft was able to deliver a Series X and a Series S and still work on xCloud, and getting xCloud to work on the next generation consoles, PCs, phones, and the older consoles. And they were still able to get their cloud service as a complement to your system. They were able to get that to work and get the Series X blades upgraded and all of that done to be able to turn it on for the last gen and the next gen consoles and a new operating system. Come on now, Sony, seriously. You're letting Microsoft not only get all of that Xbox stuff done, and build Windows 11. They had time they had their spare time. They got Windows 11 done.
That's the thing. Seriously. They took decisions Sony is leading on the sales market, but they're not leading because they are selling easier. They're leading because they're producing more units. But right now, Microsoft is splitting those chips between the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series S, and the Xbox Series X blades for the servers because they need to
Could
produce
you
chips
imagine
for
if they were
these as
just
well.
focused on the consoles and not all the other stuff? If they were just focused on the Series S, Series X, and not worried about the cloud, they may have end up surpassed. They would probably surpass Sony or be right neck and neck. It would have been a lot closer than it was.
It would have been the advantage to Sony at first and would have shifted around with everything they've done for Game Pass, all the games included. It would have shifted towards Microsoft with all the
Yeah.
advertising, everything they've been announcing. It would have shifted over time because
Well,
at
they
the
get
beginning,
my
Sony.
consumer award because as a gamer, I mean, they got my PC, they got my console, they got my clouds. Damn it! And you're getting day and day.
Yeah, but they got your phone, whether it's whether it's an Android
Exactly
or an
what-
iOS.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what I've been saying
Yeah.
that Sony looks like they're working towards, but they're announcing nothing. Microsoft is doing it, and they already announced. Phil Spencer at the beginning of the year in a podcast with Major Nelson, he already said he's looking at the Stadia model, and he wants to bring purchases to the cloud. He wants you to be able to go in the Xbox store, look at a game you want, and without that game being in Game Pass, purchase that game and play in the cloud on your mobile, on whatever
And
device you want.
I can guarantee you that they're looking at this as they said it before, it's a compliment to the console. But not only the console, it's more. I don't know if I would say it as to the console or if I would say it more along the lines of as a compliment to your storage. Because let's be real, we know yes, you can buy external drives and things of that nature for your consoles, but Microsoft obviously knows that if you use cloud technology, you don't have. I mean, yes, you're losing out on the external drives. Big effing deal. You can sell more.
You have
Yes,
options.
I mean, you've got for those that want to download. Yes, you've got the option to do that. But how many external drives do you want to have plugged into your system to be able to play games when you can just utilize the cloud? Remote play. Now you don't have to worry about it. You can just play it as you go on the go. That they have figured out what to do, and I can bet money it's just. They're waiting. December is going to be a big month for Microsoft.
Sony.
With regards to xCloud.
Sony's coming in. Sony's going to do something. They got to do something before Christmas is coming, Sony. Christmas is coming. You got to do something.
They got to do something that, and if it's just games, or if it's the anime thing with PlayStation Plus, it's not going to cut it. That is not going to cut it. And I said that before, that I won't upgrade. I won't pay for it. Just if you're going to increase the price for PlayStation Plus to give me anime, I'm not into that. So that doesn't appease me. I get that it appeases out there, but if they're looking at the big picture, they've got to do something with PlayStation Now. And if they're not, they may as well just fold it up or leave it as it is and tell people we're focused on consoles. We're going to be like Nintendo and just focus on the console experience and nothing else.
I think they will do it when attention is on them with Horizon and God of War.
It's not going to make a difference then. That's too late, in my opinion. You're too late at that point.
They're missing a big window at the moment.
If you look during console history, usually when a console has an up on you and you came out and the other console comes behind, it can be I don't know.
Sony's got the sales.
I don't know.
Sony
I'm not saying that they're going to fall. They're going to bankrupt themselves. They're going to kill themselves like Sega with the Dreamcast. But this is not. I don't really. Yeah, they will probably have a big year in games. Yeah, they probably will have a bigger year next year in games and consoles. But that's not going to salvage this.
They could easily announce the cloud service next year. They could easily. Hey, guess what?
It's too late. It'll be too late at that point. Microsoft will already have. You'll have
they have a
Microsoft
strategy.
They'll have their shit. Yeah.
They have a strategy in place right now. They want to reach 1 billion subscribers in their service,
Yeah.
and they already were working at releasing the service in India, a humongous market. It was supposed to be live in November or September 2020, but it got delayed. So we know that is in the works, and that's for PlayStation Now Cloud Gaming. So there is some stuff happening, but they
Yeah,
delayed
no,
too
I
long, and
yeah,
it's not
that's
looking
my
good right
thing is
now.
they're taking too long. And by waiting another 6 months or whatever until next year at some point, and that's to say that's us speculating that it could be they could say something next year. They haven't said anything. They've been silent, which tells me nothing. I don't know. And all I'm doing at this point is watching Stadia progress. GeForce Now just turned on service in Australia. It's in beta, but Australia's got service. I heard South America. They're starting to roll out countries in South America now for GeForce Now. Brazil just got access to it. So Stadia is going to be
Australia
getting
is registering people for GeForce Now.
yeah for they're
beta.
just getting people registering for the beta. So they're getting ready. Luna is going to expand eventually, and Microsoft is continuing to expand. And when they add purchasing games, if Sony doesn't say anything, it's done. They're not going to be able to compete without dropping some massive bombshell that, hey, you can buy PlayStation 5 games and play them in the cloud. That's about as big as something that you're going to have to do something to send a shockwave within that cloud gaming environment. And with the amount of changes that have been going and the players that are continuing, if we see nothing from now until next year from Sony's at the bottom. There's no question. You're going to have Stadia, Microsoft, GeForce Now, and Luna are going to be at the top, and Sony's going to be down at the bottom.
That's the thing, though, is we've been taking for granted that Sony will match what Microsoft is doing eventually, but it doesn't mean they will. We know Microsoft is going that direction.
Yeah, and
they already crossed a lot of bridges to make it.
Well, yeah, and they announced day one when they started rolling out xCloud, they told everyone, they made that perfectly clear that Stadia was their competition. Stadia was the competition. What can Google you do with Stadia? You buy games to play in the cloud. So we knew right off the bat the fact that they labeled Stadia as their direct competition, that was the goal, was to get your service where it needs to be. Stadia, but Sony's not doing anything. They're doing behind the scenes stuff that tells us nothing. We can dig around and try to find information. Stadia is still at least doing stuff. Whether it's good or it's bad, they're still getting things done. They're still progressing. Google's not going to just let it tank. I don't care how you can tell me and give me all the information on all these projects and crap that Google apps and programs that they've scrapped. They don't scrap anything. They roll it into one. They take one product, they merge it with another. They take that product, they merge it with another. Google's not stupid. They're a business. And to just throw all of that money away that they invested with and contracts and everything, they'd be in court for God knows how long. And the negative PR would damn near kill them. And you're exactly right. I'm not saying that Stadia is what we see as Stadia now. Eventually, it's going to be just rolled into YouTube. YouTube Gaming is already trying to. Google's already doing something with YouTube Gaming. We've seen that they just shelled out a shit ton of money on a exclusive contract with Tim the Tatman and a bunch of other Dr. Lupa and several other players. They're bringing people from Twitch over here, so they're doing something. So they're working on building that YouTube Gaming. My thing is they're going to eventually they're going to roll that in with. They're just going to merge Stadia. It's just going to become a part of YouTube. And that will be the new YouTube Gaming.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
But that's what I'm getting at that's the thing is they're still going to be ahead of Sony unless Sony does something. They're still doesn't matter. I don't care what you can tell me. They will still be ahead of Sony, and Sony is still going to be sitting at the bottom unless they can do something. And bits and pieces of information here and there every couple of months, and no shows at events or giving us a state of play that's half-assed is not doing anything. That's not helping your case unless you are not interested in the cloud.
The one thing that is helping Sony and also Stadia and all of those competitors right now is that with cloud gaming, It's very easy to own multiple of them and to flip flop from one to the other. So you could easily have Game Pass and PS Now, and it's
Right.
still
I mean, the
affordable.
ability to hop from that helps. But like I said, I'm not saying that Sony can't salvage this, but they need to do something, or it's going to be really hard for them to do that.
But the thing right now is that anyone who has both services, like I have both, and it's becoming clear that PlayStation Now becomes interesting once in a while when you want to play those exclusives like God of War, like Horizon Zero Dawn. Eventually, Spider-Man will make it on there. It's already been leaked.
Chaos.
And Forbidden West is going to be on there in the future. Those games are interesting to go at for PlayStation Now. But then for all your other games like Knockout City, for any multiple platform games, if you go on Xbox, well, in the cloud, you get access to the next gen version of their console, and you have so much value that's included in there. So Xbox is gaining a lot of ground in what people want to go at. So
yeah,
I think people will be swapping services based on the games offered. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, I'm sure they're already using the tech and infrastructure with some of their Google Cloud stuff.
Like how I subbed to Hulu for Handmaid's. Well, it's. I mean, but look at Netflix. What do you think people do with Netflix? If you have a series that's on there, you sign up for it, you binge watch it in one day, and then you're done with it.
Yeah.
And then you come back when the next series, with the next show you want to binge watch in a day, pops up on there.
Absolutely. So that is the magic of the subscription services. You can go in, take what you want, get out. Like when Far Cry 6 will come out, I'll get Ubisoft Plus, install it on my PC, play, remove Ubisoft Plus, we're done. So,
Yeah.
But that'll be hours and like a couple of months after he beats it, because he's gonna be playing on his Xbox. He don't have the time to play it that long and beat it in a week.
Yeah, he's waiting for Halo New World.
But you got Far Cry 6, and then as you're continuing on that, then Halo's gonna come out, and then New World's gonna drop, and he's gonna be like, damn. I can't get rid of Ubisoft Plus because they got that stuff. And then at some point there'll be something else that you'll want to play, but that's how it is. It's just that cycle of games. But
I agree.
But Ubisoft has figured out. Look at them as a subscription service. Where can you access their games? Everywhere. GeForce Now, not xCloud. Which I'm surprised they're not tied in with them, but that is separate. But you've got GeForce Now, you've got Stadia, you've got Luna, you've got PC. I mean, you basically have everything that if you want to install it, go for it. If not, use cloud technology. And the beauty is at least with Luna and GFN, you've got the PC version. The difference would just be with Stadia is more of a cloud console version versus the true PC.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I do think we're gonna wrap it up there for tonight.
Yeah, somebody got to celebrate the rest of his birthday or what's left of it.
My grab
got like 15 minutes.
A month or two to play Riders.
15 minutes in the stream.
So again, Vet, happy birthday, man!
Happy birthday, Vet.
I'm gonna drift off into the abyss back here.
That would be a cool graphic.
If I could just give myself away, that would be outstanding. I don't have that. I mean, I have the tech; I could figure it out, but I'm just lazy and I don't feel like doing that.
If you had a chair with wheels, you could just go back.
I know, but I'd want myself to just kind of like vaporize away.
Vaporize.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Thank you, Maker Chaos. Thank you so much, and Rodella, and God, who else was in here? Sednar, Meg. Appreciate it. Kevin.
I know, and I didn't even have. I mean, I went off tonight, and I didn't even need Rodella to instigate anything. I was on fire tonight.
Yeah,
well, he's happy, man.
You were talking this side.
It's coming.
You know what? It was his presence was enough to get me fired up.
Yeah.
Great
Thank you,
conversation.
Crow.
Thanks, Crow.
Crow's another great gamer supporter. Meg.
Thanks, Meg.
Meg.
So, guys, where
Meg.
can we find you? Vet, Birthday Boy.
Vet Cloud Gaming, YouTube, Trovo. I don't know how much more I'm going to be on Twitch, but I'll be on my primary platform of YouTube at Vet Cloud Gaming. Find me on Twitter, and then in like 13 minutes you can find me on YouTube and Trovo. I might be diving into some more Siege, minus a Unitroll, because I'll end up booting his ass out if I keep dying.
What about you, Ray Wick?
Man, we got an awesome show coming up on Sunday. Retro Rewind with Stadia Pro Gaming, Jeff, myself, and probably with Ryzak. We got Rock and Duncan. So that's going to be interesting.
You're only missing one big mouth to fit in with that. You want a show, you just invite that big mouth over, and I can guarantee you'll have a ton of views.
He already about Rodella?
Crazy. And you guys catch Ray3473 on Twitter. I stream on Twitch and I stream on YouTube, and I do all the platforms because I love all the gaming. And I'm very jealous of DrSpaceman's Xbox he's getting. You bastard.
You see how quick that transition was.
Yeah.
he had the mouse sitting there waiting to push the button again.
Yeah, I know.
I had the trigger ready.
Yeah. And thank you.
Rodella's in the background with the hood over, just going, yeah.
And thank you for putting the mangoes image in my head. You know,
mangoes.
Big old mangoes.
And I'm Sebastian, aka DrSpaceman. You can find me on Twitter at DrSpaceman Games. And I'm also on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. Might go back to stream a bit of YouTube here and there. And I also have a Trovo account that I signed in today because of Vet. So if I get some followers there, I might give it a try. So
Rodella, go follow him. Rodella will follow you.
Not sure. No,
he's got me as a follower. I followed him. I subscribed to him. I subscribed to him, so he's got more. My goal is to catch up to his numbers, but he's obviously been using it more than me.
Thank you, Sednar.
See you, Sednar.
Bye bye. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. This was another episode of CloudStationTV.
That junk out of here.
Bye bye. Say goodbye.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Mangoes.